The main event of the evening, brought to you by Miller Lite. Cheers to another round of Miller Time. DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. The refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. And by 7 venues. This title contest is sanctioned by the NABO supervising Samuel Viruet and by the NABF at ringside, John Portere. And the contest is also under the supervision of the Virginia Boxing, MMA, and Pro Wrestling Commission. Commissioner in attendance, Jermaine Gray. And now, introducing your judges at ringside, Mark DiTilio, Benoit Roussel, and Steve Weisfeld. And in charge of the action, your referee will be Chris Flores. And now, 10 rounds of boxing for the NABO and NABF lightweight titles live on ESPN from Scope Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. No folk, make some noise, cause here we introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presented in association with Sunshine Promotions. He wears the black and gold, weighing in 134.8 pounds as a professional. 26 wins, 21 by way of knockout against 4 losses. Hailing from Windhoek, Namibia, presenting the challenger, Jeremia Nakathila. And presenting tonight the champion out of the red corner. He is presented in association with Antonio Leonard Promotions. He's wearing the light blue and weighing in 134.5 pounds. Defending the titles for the first time, the hard-hitting finisher brings a perfect professional record featuring 18 victories, no defeats, with an impressive 16 wins by way of knockout. Ranked number 4 by the WBC, number 2 by the WBO, fighting out of Cleveland, Ohio, presenting the undefeated, defending NABO and NABF lightweight champion, Abdullah Mason.
Okay, gentlemen, we went over the instructions in the dressing room. I expect a clean fight. These trunks right here, they're high. You can work the belt line right there. That's legal. These are a little bit high. You can work, there's the line there. Touch them up now, go back to your corners.
You do not want to blink because Abdullah Mason and Jeremia Nakathila both have dynamite in those gloves. The other thing is, both can be vulnerable and be dropped. So that's why this fight is so important for Abdullah Mason in particular, because he's one step away from fighting for a world title that has now been vacated by Keyshawn Davis. The WBO lightweight belt, but Jeremia Nakathila knows that one big punch tonight could change his life and put him in line for that title.
Yeah, he has nothing to lose. Nothing to lose, everything to gain. That's why this is a dangerous fight for Abdullah Mason. And again, you see those eyes open, high guard, that high guard up for Mason already. Southpaw versus Orthodox once again. Opposites attract. Head butts can happen. Lead foot or lead feet can be touching. Fighting for positioning outside, and also that lead hand will be battling. Both fighters going to be looking for the right hands, their back hands.
Last time Abdullah Mason was in this building was November 2024 against Johan Vasquez. Round 1 was a round of the year candidate. He was dropped twice in that first round, dropped Johan Vasquez himself, and then finished Vasquez with a body shot in the second round. That was an exciting turn of events. He hopes to have a little bit less drama against Jeremia Nakathila, but if it was up to Nakathila, that's exactly how he wants to make this fight.
See what Nakathila is looking for. He's looking for Abdullah to overcommit. He's looking for anything. He's just being patient, being that savvy veteran. He wants the young man to get overly confident so he can let his hands go. But you see the defense of Abdullah, very aware of what's coming back. Those feints gonna set up a shot.
You know, Tim, you don't know what you have until a fighter is tested. We saw the reaction from Abdullah Mason. It happens early on in his career. That's when you want those tests to occur. And what does he do? He comes back with 2 knockout wins since. His last one, the longest outing of his career, a 6-round knockout against Carlos Ornelas, April 5th. And what you want to see out of a young fighter's activity. His 3rd fight of 2025 already.
Absolutely. Activity just helps sharpen your tools. You know, you're constantly in the gym, constantly working, evolving as a fighter. And already, Nakathila's reacting to all the feints right there that Abdullah is throwing at him. Just watch his reactions. He's trying to anticipate when Abdullah's going to strike.
Watch speed, guys. Watch speed.
Abdullah's doing a good job in breaking up his rhythm as of right now.
Nakathila did throw a good right to the body as Mason was trying to set up an overhand shot. Good jab from Abdullah Mason. Taking his time. He says, I want to make sure I know how hard he hits before I overcommit.
See, and the thing is about Nakathila, when he's coming forward, is dangerous. You know, he really don't throw the right hand off the back foot all too often. Right there, he look for the looping shot. However, it's when he's coming forward when he's most lethal with that backhand, when he throws that one and fully extend with that right hand.
There was an incident with Nahir Albright after his fight with Kelvin Davis. Mark Kriegel with a report.
On my best night, feel me? Now we got to settle that.
Have you ever heard of this before? Guys getting jumped in their locker room after a fight? Not even in Philly?
Never heard of that.
Well, there you go, fellas. I mean, he wants a rematch. Pretty interesting argument.
I mean, that's totally uncalled for. You talk about a bad weekend turning horrible for DB3. That's, I mean, I hope the commission figures this out and does something about it.
He gets suspended. That's what they need. That's what needs to happen. But, you know, with that being said, I'm letting y'all know right now, I'm no longer a fan. No longer. It's ridiculous. Can't take an L. Can't take a butt whooping. Come on now.
But it wasn't Kelvin who did it. Let's just make that clear. He took his L. It's Keon and Keyshawn who are alleged to have jumped Nahir Albright in the locker room.
That's ridiculous.
There's no room for that.
That's ridiculous.
In this world. So let's give Abdullah Mason his due here against Jeremia Nakathila. He's the main event here in the 2nd round. Nakathila trying to let his hands go a little bit more here. The former world title challenger. Abdullah Mason missing wildly with that left.
Just a matter of time. In that 1st round, Abdullah, towards the end of that 1st round, Abdullah
nice counter left.
He hit Nakathila with a straight left hand and buzzed him momentarily. He's just inching, getting closer little by little, letting Nakathila let some of that steam off by missing with shots, throwing and missing with punches. And he's looking to line up that backhand.
Can't get too comfortable, though, because the right hand of Nakathila continues to be dangerous. But you're right, Tim, those feints have Nakathila biting every single time.
He got him dancing. Got him dancing. But you know the power is real because you see how composed Abdullah is. He's not willing to take that many chances. He's willing to take his time. He knows he has 10 rounds to work. So he's taking his time. He's going to warm up into the fight. He's going to get the stoppage.
And Tim, to be honest, Abdullah Mason wants rounds because he may be fighting for a world title up next if he accepts the challenge after the vacancy left by Keyshawn Davis. And he's never been past 6 rounds. So he also wants to know how he can do down the stretch of a fight. Main event, Abdullah Mason in the Tiffany blue trunks taking on Jeremia Nakathila in the gold trunks trimmed in black. So far, 24-9 punches landed through 3 rounds. Nothing too spectacular here. We're through 2 rounds. We're in round 3. There's that jab from Abdullah Mason. Feint setting up another jab. Mark Kriegel, do you have an update as to the situation that occurred earlier in the locker room?
Yeah, I do. Something like an update. Someone came out from the and said they would not be commenting.
Okay, we tried to give them an opportunity to get their side of the story out. They do not want to speak. That's their prerogative. But we will be talking about Abdullah Mason, the undefeated contender. Number 2 ranked WBO lightweight, taking on Jeremia Nakathila, ranked number 11 in the world. Ooh, nice right hand there from Nakathila.
I like those fighters that like to stay close to the fire, man, and they don't get burned, right? Did he just shake out that backhand,
yeah,
Abdullah?
A little bit.
Let's see if he uses it. You know, you typically see fighters shake that backhand like that, or shake either hand. They felt something in that glove when they landed a shot. So let's see if he uses it. He's heavy on that jab right now. Still haven't used that backhand yet after he shook it. So, but what I like, see how active he is, coming forward, taking the space.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he already smelled it. He already smelled it.
Body shot.
He already smelled it. He's like, oh, I told you. He know you don't belong in the ring with him. He gonna get you up out of there.
But Nakathila says, hold on, I got a left hook too.
Yeah, past my face. I know we heard that. That was a zooming shot by Nakathila.
Nakathila telling the youngster Mason, you better stay aware because I can crack. And it's about who gets who first.
Yeah, taking a nice little angle right there, seeing that right hand, understanding that. Good defense right there from Abdullah. Again, staying close, putting him on his back foot, putting that pressure on him. Now, there
nice
it
left
is.
Hand from Mason, and Nakathila's legs are shaking up, and now a right hook. The block may be his best friend. Ooh, nice body shot from Abdullah Mason.
He curled him up with that.
Main event, Abdullah Mason with excellent work there in the third round.
Outstanding work, taking his time, being patient, not rushing himself, being a seasoned pro right now.
And you've got to do that against a fighter with 21 knockouts in 26 victories, like the Namibian Jeremia Nakathila, who throws a right hand to the body of Abdullah Mason.
Abdullah right now, he's just working on things inside the ring. He knows that Nakathila don't belong in the ring with him.
And you see the legs shaky once again on Jeremia Nakathila. We talked about the chin being shot worn. And every time that Mason makes contact with the power shot, you see that Nakathila feels it.
Yeah, it looks like he put him on eggshells, don't it? And I think just Nakathila's balance in general is just not there. You know, that tells me right there he's definitely a faded fighter. Ooh.
Nice counter right though from Nakathila. He's still dangerous. He's still going to throw.
Oh, he's still dangerous, absolutely. He got a cut over his eye now too.
Nice jab from Abdullah Mason, just measuring out Nakathila, trying to land that shot. That straight leg stiffened the legs of Jeremia Nakathila.
Nakathila doing the right thing right now, tying up, buying himself some time. Got a minute and 38 seconds left on the clock. Let's see if Abdullah Mason can get the stoppage in this round. I called for.
Ooh. Left from Mason, and Nakathila trying to land that right hook, and you see that left eye closing. Big hematoma under the eye of Jeremia Nakathila. That's a bloody mess.
And look, a hurt fighter is always a dangerous fighter, especially when you have a hurt fighter that is fighting for his life right now. And Nakathila.
Referee Chris Flores tells Nakathila,
right hand.
Show me something. Shows him a right hand.
Look at that. putting that poison on him, that jab. And that jab is hard. It's almost like a backhand, like the left hand. It's the weakest punch in the tool bag, but when you can step in like that, the way Mason does, it becomes a power shot.
Ooh, nice counter left from Nakathila. Both missed their opening salvos, but then that was sweeping left hook from Nakathila found a home, and there's the right.
Man, that's some power. But I love the fact that Abdullah Mason isn't spooked of it. He's staying close. Again, getting underneath it, avoiding that power, and landing his shots. That's the beauty about Abdullah Mason.
He's in the pocket.
Yes.
He's in the danger zone because he says, if I'm in danger, you're in more danger. There's that left hook from Abdullah Mason. Referee Chris Flores. Jeremia Nakathila so they can attend to the cut. Let's listen in. The doctor is coming up to check on that left eye. It's a big gash. The fight is stopped, and Abdullah Mason will get the technical knockout win. Unfortunate.
Main event of the evening. The ringside physician steps in, waves off the contest. Your official time, 1 second into round number 5. He is the winner by TKO and still the undefeated NABO and NABF lightweight champion, Abdullah Mason.
Abdullah Mason comes out clean from this fight against Jeremia Nakathila, and this belt may turn into the big boy belt.